Hi, my name's Tony Towers. This is my 2009 Bentley Brooklands Coupe. It is my daily driver. So, apart from going to Waitrose, it has been known to go to Lidl and Aldi. I'm not proud, but it is used pretty well every day. Very pampered, lives in a very nice barn, but it is used every day. I've owned this car for about 3 years. I had my Continental R for the best part of 10 years, and that was a very sad farewell. But this one, it is rather wonderful. It's very pampered, lives in a very nice barn with a squirrel for company, but because it's used every day, nothing furry ever gets a chance to make its home in there. It is good. So, yes, it's been 3 very happy years that I've had this car. And hopefully many more years, because every day that I get into this car makes it a wonderful day. The thing I like most about this car, there are several things I like most about the car, is the colour. It probably looks black on the camera, and it's registered as black on the V5. But the actual official name of the colour, and it's a Bentley colour, is Black Velvet, and it is actually a very dark aubergine colour, and when the sun comes out, it really pops. It's a beautiful colour. It's almost getting 2 colours for the price of one, and people don't realise that it is actually a very dark purple, which also accounts for the colour of the interior trim, dashboard, seatbelts, what have you. The car does get used, as I say, every day. We live out in the sticks. I'm a little bit selective over when I do actually use it. If the weather is appalling, I have a very pragmatic choice, and I use my wife's car. But generally, this one is kept reasonably pampered and clean. Apart from the colour, my other favourite thing with this car, and it's a very trivial thing, but I always look at it the way people look at it at car shows. I take this to a lot of classic car shows, and the one thing that impresses younger people is they might have their iPhone, their Samsung, their Android, but when you raise the central armrest and you've got a Bentley phone, that's cool, and they like that. One of the things that got me into Bentleys in the first place was a very old memory. I would actually say it is my earliest memory, and that was my dad gave me my very first dinky toy ever, and it is a Rolls-Royce Silver Wraith. This was a very treasured car. It did get painted once or twice, the curse of Humboldt paint, and I cleaned it off again. So I've had this down years, but to me, this was the absolute zenith of, I didn't know the word zenith when I was a kid, but this was the epitome of the best car to have. So over the years, when I was able to buy cars, they were all special. But the aim in the end was to have a Rolls-Royce Bentley. It's the second Bentley that I've had. So that car is one of my favourite memories with it. My one regret with the model Silver Wraith is that my dad giving me my very first dinky toy, in the great scheme of things, it was a very special moment. But my big regret is that my dad never got to see me actually own a Rolls-Royce or a Bentley, and that's a shame, because he'd have been very, very pleased. I have certain fond memories with this car, and I have them from a previous Bentley I had, a Continental R, which I had for about 10 years, and when Bentleys get you, they get you. With this one, a couple of years ago, there was a big show in Gloucester. It's called Gloucester Goes Retro. Wonderful show, takes over the entire centre of the city, and it's on a shopping Saturday. Not everyone's choice, but it's a shopping Saturday, so you get everyone looking at the cars you perhaps otherwise wouldn't go to a show. And on this one occasion, a family had a look at it. The kids had a sit in it. The wife had a sit in it. God, it was lovely. Then the husband, who'd been chatting away, had a sit in it, and I realised that he had gone very quiet. And I looked at him, and he was holding the steering wheel, and tears had welled up in his eyes. I didn't say anything. He was having a moment, but it's always made you reflect that we are very fortunate, very privileged, if you like, to be able to drive cars like this. I never take it for granted, even when I'm nipping down to the shops in it, because you realise to other people, some other people, it's a very special thing. So I never lose sight of that. And it's realise that they're very, very special cars. I know we can all trot out the usual thing: elegant, beautiful, fast. By the way, it is bloody fast. But I think I'd have to use a bit of poetic's license. And to quote the line from the Eagles, Life in the Fast Lane, which means four words: everything, all the time. Because it's almost sensory overload, including the massage scenes. Very nice. So really, it's everything you want it to be. It happens beautifully. It drives beautifully. It's fast, comfortable. I love the fact that it's so fast. I love the fact that the one panel, the roof, goes into the C-pillars, goes into the boat of the rear wings. One panel, which apparently is so big they didn't actually have a machine to make that one panel that had to be an hour made. I like things like that. So overall, it is a wonderful car. It makes me very, very happy, which is why I use it every day. The car has an interesting history. I am probably its most boring owner. When it was about a year old, its previous owner to me, I gather, sold up his business to a single guy and took the car. It was the one thing he took with him because he loved it so much. Took the car as his runabout to Monaco, where he'd moved to. It's not the most practical sized car for the quiet and tight streets of Monaco, but that's where it has actually spent most of its life. Obviously, the headlights had to be switched over, kilometres on the speedo and mileometer. And then it came back, and that's when I got it, when it returned to this country. But I would imagine it's had a much more interesting life in the streets of Monaco than in downtown Tewkesbury in Gloucestershire. But I do my best. If you drive a car like this, the reason the registration is on that, I haven't had it on the previous car, is you drive a car like this, you want a great tungster,